Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tony Climbs. This episode here, it's been a little bit. Took the Friday off to rest my fingers and skin, and I'm back at it. Starting off here on the slab wall. Nothing too crazy. Just wanted to give this black one a couple more tries. Had a friend climbing with me, and he was kind of giving me some tips and pointers on how to kind of work on it. So I implemented a couple of them. Didn't get too far on it, not any further than I had been in the past, but I definitely see a path forward, so pretty exciting. But first, starting off here, we have a couple of these like warm-up climbs for myself. This red and green here, nothing too crazy. Sometimes I like wonder why I do the yellow ones anymore, because they do feel almost like far too easy. But here we go, on to the first black attempt here. It's been like probably 3 sessions, almost 2 weeks since I've tried this one last time, and so I'm just trying to remember like what to do here. I forgot to like really kind of like go deep into like kind of like a lunge almost here with that right leg, and then grab onto this little crimp here, and then here trying to work my body around the corner. I was able to grab onto that, and from here I just kind of had to figure out what I needed to do here with my arm. And this is me trying it myself, and then my friend kind of mentioned to me like, hey, like you have to just really like lean on that arm there and kind of like fall back into it. And so for some reason my brain like couldn't comprehend it, and it felt very muscly to me, even though he was like, it's not super muscly. And I probably agree with him that it's not super muscly. So I tried a couple adjustments here, and I really tried to lean into it, but I just like here I'm like almost there, but for some reason it just felt weird and like awkward. But hey, that's okay. But did this purple one, and then I have an insane next video here. So I finished this off, and then immediately I'm onto this blue one here. And you're thinking, well, Tony, what's so crazy about this blue one? Well, this is the first time I've tried this blue one. I haven't seen anyone else try it. Almost slipped and fell there. We're good. We survived. So this is like a true on-site flash attempt, whatever you want to call it. So all I know is that the holds were good, and that was about it. But I made it. I flashed my first blue. So that's pretty exciting. And then I did this super fun like one where you can like run at this orange climb, jump up there, got my foot on there, did a nice little heel hook there, and then psyched myself up for this like pull up into here, get the feet up on the wall, stand up. That's a pretty good hold. Get that second one, and then bump that right hand out, get the foot up, and then grab the top. Honestly, pretty solid session so far. And then I tried this black one here, and let's just say another flash. This second flash of the day for a relatively difficult grade for myself. Like, I definitely can't do all the black climbs, but I can probably do somewhere between like 30 and 50% of them on any given set. So this is definitely like a pretty, like, for me, it still feels pretty good to be able to flash a black climb. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then there's this orange one here where, again, my friend was like, yeah, this is kind of like a weird dyno move. And I was like, okay, well, I want to give it a try. And apparently it's way harder after the dyno than kind of like pre-dyno and to the dyno. I almost hit the dyno. I scratched my elbow a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I want to do a climb, but I really don't want to injure myself that bad where so I was like, I'll just skip this orange one for right now, maybe come back to it at a later date. But did this purple one here up the wall, and then my friend kind of curated my climbing experience today. He kind of like showed me the climbs that he thought were pretty easy and doable. So again, he was like, yeah, this black one here, pretty easy, doable. And I was like, okay, let's try it. Make the little hand swap there, and then I kind of go out with my other arm to there, It's a nice little like crimp hold on there. Go up with the left hand. Then here, I think I could have gone either foot onto the hold there or go up like I did. I chose to go up because my arms are long. And then match the top. Boom. Super happy with that. Then we're pinching onto these blue holds here. And immediately, first time, I immediately fall off. Not too great. Okay, that's fine. You know, move on. Try a couple different things there. I was like really struggling to get a grip this time specifically. I got it. Worked my hand up, and then I immediately went up and tried to use that volume. That did not work at all. Then I tried a different strategy, slightly different. Got up there, and then I tried to walk my feet up onto here. That felt okay. Not great, but honestly not terrible either. But I think what the play is here, and I don't execute, I will spoil it. I do not complete this climb in this session. But it does seem like something that where I don't want to count myself out that I'm just not able to do it ever, but it's something where it is going to be a struggle to complete. So we'll see kind of moving forward how I navigate that whole climb there. Then I move on to this blue one here, and this was right at the end of my session. So I kind of, here I almost stayed on. I really tried hard. I think that was my last like really good attempt, unfortunately, at this, because as soon as I put my hands back on this, everything felt super like slippery and like greasy, and I was just like all of a sudden like I can't hold on to anything, and it was like, oh well, like, you know, give it a shot, maybe, you know, maybe some magic will happen here. I really like the foot swap in the beginning, that it seemed to help me with this make this next move, but I put my wrong foot up and everything, and I was like okay, I'm definitely tired, I can't really do more here. So I decided, you know what, let's continue on and just work towards getting this purple one done here. And I was like, yeah, I've done this purple one I think it's done it once or twice maybe, but I like this one. It's pretty fun. I like the cave. Just have to work the feet up the wall here a little bit, and then do a nice pull up to there, and then I use my right leg to kind of push myself off the wall and grab the top, match the top, tail the tape. You know, nothing too exciting here. Well, there's one thing exciting, flash to blue climb, but I think this is a pretty like standard Tony like grading chart at the end of a session for myself. So, you know, I like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of all for this episode. You know, I don't think there's going to be a episode on Wednesday. I have some plans going on that day, but you know, hopefully Friday I'll feel up to go climbing, and I'll go climbing. But yeah, if you've got to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you think I deserve it. Leave a comment down below as well. And as always, keep on climbing.